Thanks very much. I've always loved Scotland, and this is the first time I've been to Aberdeen. The buildings look kind of heavy. They look pretty heavy. It's genuine pleasure. This song is called Two Girls. I wrote this song I lived in Houston, Texas during the summer. All right, some of the home folks. And, the temperature was about 120 degrees. And I went with the prettiest dancer in Houston. And I never even realized we didn't have any air conditioning. I'm not going to talk very much. I promise. My mother always told me, don't talk towns, just play. Well, the clouds didn't look like cotton. They didn't even look like clouds. I was underneath the weather. All my friends looked like a crowd. But the swimming hole was full of rum, and I tried to find out why. All I learned was this, my friend: you gotta swim before you fly. But I got two girls, one's in heaven, one's below. One I love with all of my heart, one I do not know. Two lonesome dudes on an ugly horse passed by not long ago. They asked me where the action was, and I said that I did not know. As it disappeared into the brush, I heard the driver say, he's a little slow between the ears, he's always been that way. Well, I got two girls, one's in heaven, one's below. Oh, one I love with all of my heart, one I do not know. Jolly Jane just lays around and listens with her mouth. She's had about a dozen husbands, but the last one just pulled out. And who's gonna bring her dinner through the weary years ahead? All she get from me is sympathy, ain't got time to see she's fed. I got two girls, one's in heaven, one's below. One I love with all of my heart, one I do not know. They all say it's in your mind, but the moccasins are treading ice and leaving strange designs. Well, the Cajuns say the last time this happened they weren't here. Beaumont's full of penguins and I'm a-playing it by ear. But I got two girls, one's in heaven, one's below. One I love with all of my heart, and one I do not know. I got two girls, one's in heaven, one's below. One I love with all of my heart, and one I do not know. a dollar bill, yes, I believe I surely will go to town and drink my fill early in the morning. Little darling, she's a red-haired thing, man, she makes my legs to sing when I buy her a diamond ring early in the morning. Mother was a golden girl, I slit her throat just to get her pearls. Cast myself into a whirl before a bunch of swine. It's a long way down the Harlem Road, busted back in a heavy load. Won't get through to save my soul early in the morning. Hand. 7 is the promised land, early in the morning. Whiskey feed my dying bed and tell me where to lay my head. Not with me is all she said, early in the morning. Early in the morning. Thanks, everyone. Very much of these. I decided I have a bunch of good ideas from time to time. My newest one is I'm going to buy me a boat. I'm going to buy the smallest fishing boat I can find and have it drug up onto dry land and just sit there until somebody apologizes. And I did have no idea. Well, nobody owes me an apology or anything like that. I was going to sit there. I can remember I'd take some sterno and some food, you know, to eat the food and drink the sterno. Well, these vests are complicated. You got to have probably 15 pockets and nothing to put them in. Living on the road, my friend, was it going to keep you free and clean? Now you wear your skin like iron, your breath's as hard as kerosene. You weren't your mama's only boy, but her favorite one it seemed. She began to cry when you said goodbye, and sank into your dreams. Pancho was a bandit, boys. His horse was fast as polished steel, wore his gun outside his pants for all the honest world to feel. Pancho met his match, you know, on the deserts down in Mexico. Nobody heard his dying words. That's the way it goes. And all the federales say they could have had him any day. They only let him hang around. kindness, I suppose. Lefty, he can't sing the blues all night long like he used to. Dusty Pancho bit down south, ended up in Lefty's mouth. The day they laid for Pancho low, Lefty split for Ohio, where he got the bread to go. Ain't nobody knows. And all the federales say they could have had him any day. They only let him slip away out of kindness, I suppose. Tell how Hancho Field Lefty's living in a cheap hotel. The desert's quiet and Cleveland's cold, so the story ends we're told. But Pancho needs your prayers, it's true. Save a few for Lefty too. He just did what he had to do, and now he's growing old. A few great federales say they could have had him any day. They only let him go so wrong out of kindness, I suppose. A few great federales say they could have had him any day. They only let him go so wrong out of kindness, I suppose. Thanks, everyone. It's a real pleasure to, I've met Stefan Grossman once before, I think at Vancouver at a folk festival, and it's a real pleasure to see him again and to hear him play. He's a master of the guitar. And I thought about, I came over, did a sound check about 3 or 4 o'clock, and Stefan did one, and I heard him play, and I said, well man, I have to take my guitar and get back to the hotel and start practicing fast. And I said, decided, 3 hours ain't gonna get it. That's real pleasure to see him. Here's a, because he loves the blues so much. Here's a Lightning Hopkins who, I don't know if Stefan met him. I met him and a number of times, about 30 times, and by the time he died, I think he almost remembered my name. Almost. It's called Short-Haired Woman Blues. I don't want no woman, man, if her ain't no longer mine. I don't want no woman, man, if her ain't no longer mine. None of it hard luck and trouble, man. Have you buying rats all the time? I took my woman to the hairdresser. That's what the hairdresser said. I can't help your woman's hair, man. Maybe I can help her head. I told him no. Babe, your hair ain't no longer than mine. None of it hard luck and trouble, man. Had you buying rats all the time. I got on the good side of my woman. I had something I wanted to say. I turned around and a rat laid on the pillow where her head used to lay. I told her no. Babe, your hair ain't no longer than mine. Nothing but hard luck and trouble, man. Had you buying rats all the time. Make a swing out with my woman. I took her by the arm. A rat jumped from my head like one from a burning barn. I told her no. Babe, your hair ain't no longer than mine. None of it hard luck and trouble, man. Had you buying rats all the time. This guy goes into a bar, and he's real well dressed, you know, and he has on a suit, and not drunk, he's not a wino. And he sits down, the bartender comes over, and he says, could I please have 3 shots of gin? The bartender goes, sure. Comes back. 3 shots of gin, and the guy sits there about an hour, very well mannered and thoughtful and considerate and all that, and he drinks these 3 shots of gin, and he leaves, pays up, and he leaves. He comes back in about 2.5 weeks, and the bartender goes over, and he's seen him before, he doesn't remember who he was or anything, and the guy said, yeah, 3 shots of gin, please. And the bartender says, oh, that's right, you're the gin man, that's right. Yes, sir. Same thing, he's there for about an hour, and calm and collected and all that. And he starts to leave, and the bartender stops him and says, you know, you've been in here a couple times, and we've spoken a bit, and, you know, I'm just curious, why do you get 3 shots of gin at once? Instead of 1 shot of gin 3 times, like most people would do. He says, well, I got an older brother in Oslo, and I got a younger brother over in Dublin. And we don't drink very much, but when we do, we have one for one another. It's like the first one's for my older brother in Oslo, and I have one for myself, and I have one for Jimmy in Dublin. And the bartender says, boy, that sure is a nice thing to do, nice family thing to do. So see you later. comes back in about 3 weeks, and by now the bartender knows it, And he picks up 3 shot glasses and a bottle of gin, boy, and he's coming down the bar. And the guy says, 2 shots of gin. The bartender's, oh no. So the guy sits there longer than usual, right? Boy. And then the other pays up, starts to leave, and the bartender stops him and he says, I don't mean to intrude. I certainly don't mean to pry or anything like that. He said, but I sincerely hope nothing happened to one of your brothers. And the guy says, no, they're fine. I quit drinking. My friend Guy Clark actually suggested to me that we do that in case one of us ever quit drinking. Well, I'll play this pretty song I've been enjoying playing a lot. It's a new song. It's a lullaby for my daughter. I have 3 lullabies. I have one for grown women and one for a kid that I wrote for money. And one for my daughter that I wrote to put her to sleep with. The one for money, maybe if I have time to play that later. The guy called up and said, Towns, all you got to be is a father, and we're putting out a lullaby record. And I said, man, why do you do that? What are you going to do that for? I said, if it's good enough, nobody will ever hear the other side. They'll be asleep. And I said, besides that, I haven't got any lullabies. He said, well, there's money in it. I said, oh yeah, I got one. I got a good one. But this is the one that was written for love. There's no deeper blue in the ocean that lies as deep as the blue in your laughing eyes. No sweeter sound than your gentle sigh. No heart was ever so pure. I'll dream pretty dreams, touch beautiful things, and let all the skies surround you. Swim with the swans and believe that upon some glorious dawn, love will find you. Come someday, I'm bound away. Wind and wings on the water. Whatever may, you must stay and remain my beautiful daughter. There's no deeper blue in the ocean that lies as deep as the blue in your laughing eyes. No sweeter sound than your gentle sigh. Good night, Katie Belle. Good night. Well, the old lady finally caught me sneaking around her cave. Her hair looked just like barbed wire, boys, and her smile just like the grave. She asked me, could I stay a while? I said, I believe I better go. She slid her arm around my neck and sweetly whispered, no. It's cold and dark and lonely here, but soon enough you'll see. I'm oh so glad you stumbled in, I've been craving company. I cannot stay too long, you know, I left some friends at home. She said, don't you fret about your friends, down here we're all alone. But what about my mother? I can't just leave her there to mourn. Well, you don't have to think about her. Just forget you were ever born. I'll disappoint my father. You know, he works so hard for me. If you have to pay your father back, just send him some misery. Now, miss, I said, a girl I know, I can't just leave her there to pine. She's still got plenty of men to go. I'm sure she'll do just fine. What about my little boy? She said he's just like you. Let a few short years roll by, he'll end up down here too. Glow, and she placed her hand on mine. She smiled and said, don't worry, you'll get used to me in time. As her cold tongue flickered toward my throat, I spun myself around. I made a way for the passageway, but the walls come tumbling down. And our eyes were the only light my fevered brain could see. I tore myself away from them and I fell down to my knees. I come too far, I can't get back. I beseeched all the gods of men. Fame and fortune just laughed at me. Silence once again. Then a whisper deep within embraced the God of love. I lifted my face, and through the tears I saw light fall from above. I hurled myself into the wall. I ripped and clawed my way through the stinking, clinging loam back to the light of day. With the sky upon my face, I heard the earth sigh patiently as it slid back into place. Now I'm back among the ones I love, and I'm loved by them in turn. It's only on the darkest night that green-eyed memory burns. So walk, my friends, in the light of day. Don't go sneaking around no holes. There might be something down there wants to gobble up your soul. No place to fall, and I needed to. Could have count on you, or to lay me down. tell you no lies. I don't believe that's wise. You got pretty eyes. Won't you spin me round? I ain't much of a lover's true. Well, I'm here, then I'm gone, and I'm forever blue. But I'm sure wanting you. The skies full of silver and gold, try to hide the sun, but it can't be done. At least not for long. And if we help each other grow while the light of day smiles down our way, we can't go wrong. Well, time, she's a fast old train. She's here and she's gone, and she won't come again. Won't you take my hand? Well, I had no place to fall, and I needed to. Could count on you. Won't you lay me down? We got Thunderbird wine here. No, I've always admired it over here so much. England and Scotland, and I really love it over here. And the courage and the sense of humor. But I can't figure out why any country on earth would import Thunderbird wine. This song about the first time I ever had any Thunderbird wine, which was about from 1966 till about 71 or 2. Well, among the strangest things I ever heard, this friend of mine said, "Man, let's get some Thunderbird." I said, "What's that?" He just started to grin, slobbered on his shirt, and his eyes got dim. He says, "You got 59 cents?" I said, "Man, I got $1, but don't be a smart aleck. I ain't gonna spend it on no Indian relic." He said, "Thunderbird's not an Indian trinket, it's a wine, man. You take it home and drink it." I said, "It don't sound like wine to me." He said he'd bet me the change from my $1. Well, we hustled on down to nearest you, told him the guy wanted my ID. I whipped her out and showed him. He got a green bottle from the freezing vault. My friend started doing backwards somersaults. With the cottage cheese. Took her back to his house, started drinking, and pretty soon I set into thinking, this Thunderbird is young, 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 and I know it's doing good things to my chum. That's the way you reason when you're on that crap. We got a few more bottles and chugged them down. I pulled myself up off the ground. Decided I'd go see my dear sweet wife. She met me at the door with a carving knife. Said, get them damn grape peels from between your teeth. I see we're going to have a little misunderstanding. So, dear, I better get in touch with you later. She said, forget it, man. You're never touching me again. I've seen the light and I've heard the word, and I'm staying away from old Thunderbird. The message come from heaven, radiant and fine, and now I'll drink communion wine. 6 days a week. This song is called the BW Railroad Blues, and it's about a friend of mine who was an artist and painted pictures, you know. He had a wife and a very fine person, and he's probably hanging around somewhere. And, he had a wife and a mistress, and got all confused about it. And he ended up killing himself, which I'm still mad about, you know. Took all the fun out of suicide for me. But he called us, and he really is with us, and I'm sure, you know, but we could turn that around. But he called his mistress from his wife's telephone, and he got her answering service, and it said that I had to deal with the whole thing, you know. he says, you know, this is Coco. Leave your message at the sound of the beep. Beep. And Belle says, Coco hears the sound of a broken heart. And his wife came home and found him. His wife is now married to a good friend of mine and of his. This bass player done everything possible in the world that you can do. And actually was worried about going with Jeanette, the widow. Think that'd be okay, Towns? It's like Rex. I mean, I've seen you do this, that, and the other. And you're worried about that? I didn't mean to get morbid or anything like that. I don't look at it like that no more. But, hard times. This is called the BW Railroad Blues. Trouble on a railroad track. I'm gonna ride, I ain't looking back. I tried to stop, but I can't unpack. Better get used to the clickety-clack, the big old wheels and the smoking stack. Babe, I'm bound to go. Babe, I'm bound to go. Heart and soul, I swear you're the sweetest thing I know. I loved you true and I told you so. Told you to come time to go. I'll be gone like any old wind that blows. just can't stay. It's bound to be that way. There's lots of things I'd like to see, from the mountains to the shining sea, out in the sky where the wind blows free, to the cities down below. Babe, I just don't know. Believe I gotta go. Oh, babe, I love you so. I have trouble on the railroad track. I'm gonna ride, I ain't looking back. Better get used to the clickety-clack, lullaby to the big old stack. Babe, I gotta go. Babe, I loved you so. Babe, I just don't know. I'll be at all flippant about that. It's a sad situation, and always will be. I didn't mean to be flippant about it. This one I played in a row about a friend of mine who managed to get himself shot. At least he didn't do it himself. You know. His name was Blaze, and he told me about a year before, after I'd left Texas for a while, he had a new guitar. They were pretty gut string, was a Tecumseh guitar, and he said, you know, if in towns, if anything happens to me, I'd like you to have this guitar. And so Blazing, and he didn't have any idea if anything happened. He just said that. I said, well, sure. You know. And then he managed to get himself shot, and we got him buried, you know. It was like one of the coldest days ever in Texas. Blue Northern came in, took a backhoe to dig the grave, you know. We get old Blaze planted, and turns out he had the pawn ticket for the guitar in his coat pocket. We went down to the pawn shop, and I told him, I talked to the guy, and there's a couple of us. The pawn shop guy kind of knew everybody, you know. We'd been in there plenty of times, and it just ended up, we're so regulated, you know, it's like no ticket, no guitar, man. It's hanging on the wall there. So we have to go back out to the boneyard, and the following day, it's still frozen, and I was with a drummer and my oldest son, and I told him, look, I'm too sensitive to go through it. And I hit on the floorboard, on the back seat floorboard of this car. And they go in and talk to the cemetery man. He calls up the backhoe man, small bulldozer. And I'm laying down there thinking, man, this ain't happening. This is just not happening. And pretty soon I hear this clank, 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 clank. Plays them first. This is these three kind of go together. Go related. I went to the doctor a couple of weeks ago, and he said, "Doctor, nobody will talk to me." He says, "Next." Thanks. It was good. The guy goes to the doctor and he talks to the nurse. The nurse goes in to the doctor and, you know, that kind of doctor. And he says, "Doctor," she says, "Doctor, we got a guy out here who thinks he's invisible." And the doctor says, "Well, tell him I can't see him right now." The jokes seem to be kind of losing their edge. Yeah, I may be a lonely schizophrenic, but at least I have each other. Well, this is called You Are Not Needed Now. This is about Janis Joplin, who's a friend of mine. Nice friend. Well, the birds were talking all at once, and the old man mowing down his lawn. He didn't look like much too bad a guy. I was thinking, hang on, man, something's wrong. Your blues, you do seem to be gone. Heaven ain't bad, but you don't get nothing done. Lay down your head a while. You are not needed now. You are not needed now. Annabelle laid an egg on me. Every time I turn around, they're swimming through the air above my bed. I told Miss Hicks, and she said, "Fine, as long as you're back in your room on time. I'll keep you clean and the girls will keep you fed. Lay down your head a while. You are not needed now. We got things to do." Well, between the blankets made of wool, the trains rolled by every half an hour. My body can't get no resting done, it's true. I spend my time as best I can, thinking big and making plans, wondering where them trains are rolling to. Lay down your head, poor boy. Feel how the ground does move. Hear how them drivers sing. Goodbye, friends, it's time to close. Everybody knows that's the way it goes. Where was it you lived, in case I'm ever there? All three doors down and two behind. It gets a little bit out of hand sometime. Don't let it fool you into thinking you don't care. Lay down your head and fly. I'll quietly pass you by. You won't even see me go. If I thought about it long enough, I just might make some kind of move. Watchful eyes are too hard on the soul. But with the smokehouse just across the way, and this fog upon the light of day, I'd be hard put coming up with where to go. Lay down your head, poor boy. Feel how the ground does move. Hear how them drivers sing. What now, my darling one? Go find a little fun. You are not needed now. Ribbons of love, please keep me true to sing till I reach home on the morrow. Never, never to wander again. I'm weak and I'm weary of sorrow. From London to Dublin to Australia to Perth, I sung out my heart for what it was worth. I gazed at your skies and I tasted your earth. Never again will I ramble. There's nowhere left in this world for to go. My legs, my arms, they're trembling. Thoughts both clouded and blue as the sky, not even worth the remembering. As I stumble and reel to my bed, all that I've done and all that I've said means nothing to me. I'll soon as be dead. All of this world be forgotten. There's no words of comfort, no words of advice, nothing to offer a stranger. Gone the love and gone the spite. It just doesn't matter no longer. The sky's getting far and the ground's getting close. Myself going crazy the way that it does. I lie on my pillow and sleep if I must. It's too late to wish I'd been stronger. Oh, it's too late to wish I'd been stronger. Hey, Willie Boy, what you gonna do when the wind blows cold and the moon turns blue? Gonna build me a fire, gonna dance and sing. A little bit of winter don't mean a thing. A little bit of winter don't mean a thing. Well, hey, Willie, when the birds arrive and the flowers bloom while the clouds float by, I'm gonna tell my puppies and my turtles and things, all God's children need a little spring. All God's children need a little spring. Hey, Willie, where you gonna go? When the grass gets sticky and the wind blows slow. Down to the river, gonna jump right in. A little bit of summer can't be no sin. A little bit of summer can't be no sin. Hey, Willie boy, how you gonna feel when the leaves turn gold beneath your heels? Spin and twirl like you're never gonna fall. Falling just won't do at all. All that wouldn't do at all. Hey, Willie boy, where you gonna go? Hey, Willie boy, what you gonna do? Hey, Willie boy, how you gonna feel? Well, it's time to go to sleep right now. Time to go to sleep right now. Always have to find the one that's out and tune all the rest to it. Sad but true. The name she gave was Caroline, the daughter of a miner, and her ways were free, and it seemed to me the sunshine walked beside her. Well, she come from Spencer, across the hill. She said her pa had sent her, 'cause the cold was low, and soon the snow. Would turn the skies to winter. She said she'd come to look for work. She was not seeking favors for a dime a day and a place to stay. She turned nose, hands to labor. Times were hard, Lord, and the jobs were few. Tecumseh Valley. She asked around and a job she found, tending bar for Gypsy Sally. Well, she saved enough to get back home when spring replaced the winter. Her dreams were denied. Her pa had died. Oh, the word come down from Spencer. Well, she turned to whoring out on the streets with all the lust inside her. There was many a man returned again to lay himself beside her. Well, they found her down beneath the stairs. It led to Gypsy Sally's. In her hand when she died was a note to cry. Fare thee well, Tecumseh Valley. Well, the name she gave was Caroline, the daughter of a miner. And her ways were free, and it seemed to me the sunshine walked beside her. Pleasure to be in Aberdeen. We got some serious buildings. Yeah, but you know, you could probably put them all together, and it'd probably be only about twice as heavy as the amount of garbage New York throws out every day. There's a guy who walks out of a bar and he bumps into a giant cop. He's knee walking drunk. I mean, blithering drunk. Bumps into this cop, and the policeman looks down and he says, "What on earth are you doing, man?" The guy says, "Officer, I'm glad I found you." And the policeman is, "Oh, great." Says, "What do you want?" And the guy said, "Well, somebody stole my car." And, the cop says, "Well, where was your car?" He said, "It was right on the end of this key." The policeman says, "Well, look, why don't you get in the back of my car, and we'll go downtown and all the nice people will help you fill out some papers and we'll help you find your car." You know? He says, "Boy, thank you, officer. Thank you. Thank you." Starts getting in the back seat, and the policeman says, "Look, buddy, before we go downtown," he says, "you think maybe you ought to zip up your fly?" "Man, they got my girl too."
No, I don't know how. There's a lot of people, you notice, and I've always noticed, they say, well, I'm going to do one more. I always say, well, I'm going to do 3 more. Yeah, 4 more. I'm gonna get you, baby, and I will not do you wrong. Living's mostly wasting time. I waste my share of mine, but it never feels too good, so this don't take too long. Well, you're soft as glass, and I'm a gentle man. We got the sky to talk about and the world to lie on. Days up and down they come, like rain on a conga drum. Forget most, remember some, oh, but don't turn none away. Everything is not enough, nothing is too much to bear. Where you been is good and gone, all you keep is a getting there. Well, she lives to fly, low and high. So shake the dust off of your wings and the sleep out of your eyes. It's goodbye to all my friends. It's time to go again. Here's to all the poetry and the picking down the line. I miss the system here. The bottom's low and the treble's clear. They don't pay to think too much on things you leave behind. Well, I may be gone, but it won't be long. I'll be bringing back the melody and the rhythm that I find. We all got holes to fill. Them holes are all that's real. Some fall on you like a storm. Sometimes you dig your own. Choice is yours to make, and time is yours to take. Some dive into the sea, some toil upon the stone. Where to lives to fly, low and high. So shake the dust off of your wings and the sleep out of your eyes. Shake the dust off of your wings and the tears out of your eyes. To see the sun won't shine today. I ain't in the mood for sunshine anyway. Maybe I'll go insane. I got to stop the pain. Maybe I'll go down and see Kathleen. Mother comes and tells me of her dreams. She says she'd like to know just what they mean. I feel like I could die as I watch her flying by. Ride the north wind down to see Kathleen. The stars hang high above, the oceans roar. The moon has come to lead me to her door. There's crystal across the sand, and the waves, they take my hand. Soon I'm gonna see my sweet Kathleen. Soon I'm gonna see my sweet Kathleen. You know what you call a banjo player buried up to his neck in sand? Not enough sand. Any banjo players out there, you know, that's just a joke. Here's my favorite of all those musician jokes is I like to tell it to the violinist, you know. You know the difference between a violin and a viola? The viola burns longer. It generally kind of takes them back. It's like they always say, yeah, viola burns longer. That I ain't tried. Fast living, slow suicide. Living in a place to hide, just looking for you. My friends, they all agree. There ain't many a fool like me. I'll just tell them wait and see. Go looking for you. Looking low, looking high, looking far, looking wide. Trying to tell myself I'm fine, but it just ain't true. Oh, it just ain't true. Still looking for you. Still looking for you. From the shadow of the darkest pine to the edge of a sweet sunshine, I'll keep looking till I make you mine. Looking for you. Tumbles down, I'll be somewhere hanging around, my heart laid on the ground, just looking for you. Looking low, looking high, looking far, looking wide. Try to tell myself that I tried, but it just ain't true. It just won't do. Still looking for you. When you're sitting there in your self-upholstered chair, talking to some rich folks that you know, well, I hope you don't see me in my ragged company. But you know I could never song, Kentucky Derby days. In my basement room, with a needle and a spoon, and another girl to take my pain away. Take me down, little Susie, take me down. I know you think you're the queen of the underground. Send me dead flowers every morning. Send me dead flowers by the mail. Send me dead flowers to my wedding. And I won't forget to put roses on your grave. Looking low and looking high, looking far and looking wide. Try to tell myself I'm fine, but it just ain't true. Oh, it just won't do. I'm still looking for you. Still looking for you. I wrote that part about the dead flowers, and I think Keith Richards and Mick Jagger wrote that part about Woodland View. Well, this is called Mr. Mud and Mr. Gold. It's about an American card game. You get one card down and one card, 4 cards up, you know, in bet between all the cards. You know, the best hand usually wins, not always. Well, the wicked king of clubs awoke. He was to his queen he turned, his lips were laughing as they spoke. His eyes like bullets burned, the sun's upon a gambling day. His queen smiled low and blissfully, let's make some wretched fool to pay, and plainted was she did agree. He sent his deuce down into diamond, his 4 a heart, and his trade a spade. 3 kings with their legions come, and preparations soon were made. They voted king the day's commander, give him an army base and number, all but the outlaw jack of diamonds and the aces in the sky. Well, they give us 7 first instructions, spirit me a game of stud, stakes unscarred by limitation between a man named Gold and a man named Mud. Club filled Gold with greedy papers till his long green eyes did glow. Mud would leopard the sighs and tremble, watching his hard-earned money go. Blushes fell on Gold like water, chins impaired and paired again. The aces only flew through heaven, and Diamond Jack called no man friend. The Diamond Queen saw Mud's ordeal, began to think of her long-lost son, fell to her knees with a mother's mercy and prayed to the angels every one. The Diamond Queen, she prayed and prayed, the Diamond Angel filled Mud's hole. The wicked king of clubs himself fell face down in front of Gold. 3 kings come to clubs command, the angels from the sky did ride. 3 kings up in the streets of gold, 3 fireballs on the muddy side. The club queen heard her husband's call, Lord, that queen of diamonds joy. The outlaw in the heavenly hawk turned out to be a wandering boy. Mud he checked and Gold bet all, Mud he raised, Gold did call. The snot just melted off his face when Mud turned over that diamond ace. Here's what this story's told. You feel like Mud, you'll end up gold. Feel like lost, you'll end up found. So amigo, lay them razors down. play a couple more while I can still talk. You got my last things. When days they are the highway kind, you only come to leave. Oh, the leaving I don't mind. It's coming that I crave. Pour the sun upon the ground, stand to throw a shadow. Watch it grow into a night, feel the spinning sky. Chime among the pine trees, felt like breath of air. Usually I just walk these streets and tell myself to care. Sometimes I believe me, sometimes I don't hear. Sometimes the shape I'm in won't let me go. Someday, but we don't, it's all the same. I'll meet the ones between us, be thinking about you. All the places I have been, and why you were not there. I don't know too much for truth, but my heart knows how to pound. My legs know how to love someone, and my voice knows how to sound. Shame that it's not enough. Shame that it is a shame. Follow the circle down. Where would you be? My days, they are the highway kind, only come to leave. What a pleasure. Thanks again. I wrote this song, I was used to say, I didn't say it for a long time. But I used to live in the, which I hope to do for a while this summer, in the wilderness areas of Colorado on horseback. And I always stopped playing about the end of May when the snows broke, and pick up a horse and go up in the mountains. And did that for many years, and come out in September when it started to snow again. And I'd come down to Crescent Butte or Aspen when it was still a little town every couple of weeks for supply hours. Come down and gamble with the miners and get supplies and get blitzed and go back over the mountains. And I did that for a long time. And one time I came down and I lost everything except my horse. And I mean, a saddle, everything. My boots, my horse, my bridle. Still have it. And this real loving woman who's a friend of mine lent me $10. And the next night, I managed to win everything back. And it was close. I mean, scared money, that's called it. Yeah, I woke up that morning, I went up to this little plateau where my horse was, and I was walking up there, and the sheriff of Crescent Butte, kind of bumped into him kind of on the street, you know. And he said in a certain tone of voice, he said, "Well, still in town, huh?" Not for long, not for long. Right, so I got up in the mountains, cleared that town and everything, and let my horse go to eat some mountain grass, and sat down, and somebody had given me like this much at the bottom of a bottle of whiskey, wild turkey, firewater. And so I just took a sip or two of that and wrote this song called the Buckskin Stallion Blues. And I always used to say, which is true, that's what I said it. It's half about a horse and half about a girl. And I still miss the horse. I heard her sing in tongues of silver, heard her cry on a summer storm. I loved her, but she did not know it. I don't think about her anymore. Now she's gone and I can't believe it. I don't think about her anymore. 3 and 4 were 7 only. Where would that leave 1 and 2? If love can be and still be lonely, now where would that leave me and you? Time there was and time there will be. Where does that leave me and you? If I had a buckskin stallion, I'd tame him down and ride away. If I had a flying schooner, I'd sail into the light of day. If I had your love forever, sail into the light of day. Pretty songs in pretty places, places that I've never seen. Pretty songs and pretty faces, tell me what their laughter means. Some look like they'll cry forever, tell me what their laughter means. If I had a buckskin stallion, I'd tame him down and ride away. If I had a golden galleon, I'd sail into the light of day. If I had your love forever, sail into the light of day. You hear about the Siamese twins that moved from the States to England so that the other one could drive? I don't know where, I mean, that just came out of the blue. That wasn't even me saying that. Must be approaching the end of the night, I guess. Well, here's a pretty song. This is about a river instead of at the mountains. I used to have a river I'd go up, sit out. And sometimes songs come out of the ceiling. Definite feeling. Boom. And sometimes you have to kind of craft them, and sometimes they come from the side, sometimes they come from the floor, sometimes from the heart. And this one came out of a river. I was sitting down by the river, and it just kind of gurgled up. It's called the Catfish song. I got to be such a good fisherman that I stopped using bait. I was sick of hurting fish. And I was very sick of skinning them, scaling them. And I caught this stupid fish on nothing but a hook. So I stopped using hooks. And I started using those little lead weights. And I mean, it must have been the dumbest catfish in the world. But somehow got swallowed this weight. When it was wherever in the... So I stopped using weights, and I just started using the line. And this perch somehow managed to take a little bite at the line, and then get himself totally tangled up in the line. So I decided, well, that's enough of that. I'm going to go back to fly fishing, because flies are much harder to catch than fish. I'm on a roll all of a sudden. Well, I'd love how I had time to go fly fishing up here. It really is nice. The best thing about it is fish are always caught like this, and you can always let them go, and they're not hurt. Whereas if you were the worm, then you would gulp and goodbye fish. Plus, when you're fly fishing, you're always in a beautiful place, Play games. This is called the Catfish song. That's where it all came from. Maybe this is about that catfish that ate that weight. Take the weight off Susie and put the weight on me. The weight is when you cause someone else to stand. The weight is on you. That's where the song comes from. Take the weight off Annie, from the band. That's what a weight is. Well, I mean, man, I feel about, I'm skinny as a rail, and I feel about 2 tons heavy. Well, down at the bottom of that dirty old river, down where the reeds and the catfish play, there lies a dream as soft as the water. There lies a bluebird that's blown away. Well, to me it's like springtime, and to love's like the summer. Her brown eyes shone for nobody but me. In autumn forever the fool come a-falling, and a rain turned to freezing inside of me. I kindle my fires with the words I can't send you, the roads I can't follow, and the songs I can't sing. I wander alone on the sleigh bells of winter, the stars for a dime and the world for a ring. Of tomorrow, while you're listening, these words will I say. Cling to today with its joy and its sorrow. You'll need all your memories when youth melts away. The angel of springtime, he rides on the south wind. The angel of summer, he does just the same. The angel of autumn, she's blue and she's golden. The angel of winter won't remember your name. But down at the bottom of that dirty old river, down where the reeds and the catfish play, there lies a dream as soft as the water. There lies a bluebird that's flown away. There lies a bluebird that's flown